Why do bad thoughts come to our minds we don't want to, but still dirty thoughts keep coming into our minds? But why mind is our biggest friend and mind is our biggest enemy? When we follow our mind, then the mind leads us astray, and when we balance the mind, then we get everything in our life. We try to stop the dirty thoughts coming into our minds, but the more we stop, the more these thoughts enter us. The more you run away from something, the more that thing will come to you, so don't run away from that thing, but keep balance on it. Once a young man came to Gautam Buddha and said to God and Buddha, "O Buddha, why do I have so many dirty thoughts in my mind? I don't want dirty thoughts to come into my mind, but thoughts of lust always keep running in my mind. I'm very upset thinking about them, my energy and time are wasted in thinking about all these, and because of all these thoughts I sometimes cannot remain calm and I always get fascinated by seeing women. I can't stop myself." Buddha smiled and asked the young man, "Do you know what is this lust?" Then the boy replied and said, "Buddha, I don't know what is lust, but yes, whatever it is a very bad thing." Buddha said to that young man, "First of all, you have to understand that whatever is in us naturally is not bad. It is needed in our life in one way or the other. Lust is not a bad thing, it is a feeling in our mind that makes us feel the lack of something or the other, and then we get attracted towards that thing to get that thing. Like if you have a lack of money, then you have the desire to get money." The young man said to God and Buddha, "Buddha, I have understood the meaning of lust, but you tell me from where it comes and how it comes." Gautam Buddha said, "Lust does not come from anywhere. It is within us only, and it is necessary to have it, only then the human race will expand." The young man said, "When it is within us and is also necessary, then why do people say it's wrong?" Buddha said, "This is the problem, people have wrongly thought of lust. They try to hide and suppress it. Lust is not wrong, but it is wrong to use lust in the wrong way. People start living for what they like and keep thinking about it all the time, but this is all wrong." Gautam Buddha said, "Listen to what I will tell you now, listen carefully. You will understand the whole game of lust, you will get answers to all your questions, you just have to understand by listening carefully." Then Gautam Buddha told the young man, "Let's start. Once upon a time the wise monk and his disciple lived in an ashram. The disciple used to go daily to the village outside the ashram to take initiation, the disciple who used to go to the village to collect alms. There used to be a river on that way through which he used to go daily to collect alms. One day he saw a boy hiding behind a tree. He went to the boy and asked, 'Brother, what are you looking at hiding behind this tree?' The boy said, 'Hey, don't you see what I am seeing?' When he looked at the river, some girls were filling the water there. The girls were 14 or 15 years old. The disciple said to the boy, 'Oh brother, the girls are filling water there, what is the point of hiding in it?' Then the boy looks at the disciple and says to him, 'Hey you idiot, can't you see what I'm doing? How are those fairies drawing water from the river? Just look at her expressions, look at her soft body, how her slim waist flexes while lifting the pot, and how her hair is flowing on her waist as if beauty is scattered.' The disciple again looks towards the river, and this time he goes on looking till now he could not see anything, and he was fearless. He was not afraid of anything, but now he started hiding and started looking at those girls as if he had committed some crime, and when he was hiding and looking at those girls, he started trembling from inside, and he said, 'This is me, what I'm doing, whatever I am doing is not right, I should leave here,' and then he leaves quickly. Then he reaches the ashram. After going to the ashram he got busy with his work, but what he had just seen was coming again and again in front of his eyes, the same scene was playing in his mind. His mind was tempted to see the same thing, he didn't feel like doing any work. Early in the morning he used to leave the hermitage early every day for alms and went to the tree near the river ere the boy was already present, and used to secretly watch the girls along with him. Now he started doing this every day, his mind was no longer engaged in any work. He was always engrossed in some kind of thought. He was also not able to do the work of the ashram properly. He could neither sleep properly nor eat properly, his mind was restless. His mind was tempted to see the beauty of those girls again and again. Even when the wise monk was giving alms, his mind was lost in some other thoughts. The wise monk saw these actions of his disciples. One day the wise monk called the disciple to him and said, "From today I will also go for alms with you and I will go begging together." But the disciple refused. The wise monk said, "No, Gurudev, why are you getting upset? I alone can beg properly." The wise monk said to the disciple, "Okay, you go alone to beg." After this, the disciple went out to beg. After the disciple left, the wise monk also left the ashram and started following the disciple to see where he went and what he met. He started following him to see all this. After going a little distance, the wise monk saw that his disciple was hiding like a criminal behind a tree with a boy and was secretly watching something. The wise monk also stood behind his disciple to see what his disciple was seeing, for which he was hiding behind the tree like criminals. The wise monk saw that his disciple was watching the girls hiding behind the tree who were getting water from the river. Then the wise monk said to the disciple, "Will you beg from girls too?" Hearing the voice of the wise monk, the mind of the disciple got scared and he started sweating. He was trembling as if he had been caught red-handed while catching a thief. His condition worsened, he was unable to speak anything. The boy who was with the disciple ran away, which made the disciple even more nervous. Only a few broken words were coming out of his mouth. He could not even dare to make eye contact with his teacher. The teacher looked at the disciple and said, "My disciple is fearless, he is not afraid of anything. But what is this? Where are you staying because of fear?" The disciple said to the wiser monk, "Forgive me, I do not fault this. That guy cheated on me, but I promise you that after today I will never do that again. Forgive me, Gurudev." The wise monk said, "No problem, but you should keep in mind that we get the same result as we keep company. As we associate, their thoughts enter us, so keep good company so that good thoughts enter you." Then the wise monk and the disciple returned to the ashram and again started focusing on the ashram's work. He left that way and started going another way. He used to do his work carefully, but slowly anger developed inside him, and then he started getting angry with other disciples and became restless. Now he did not even eat at the right time. He also used to eat very little food. One night the wise monk came to the disciple and told him that he had promised me that he would keep his mind under control. "How many times have you broken your promise till now?" Hearing this, the disciple fell at the feet of his wise monk and started crying. While crying, he told the wise monk that, "Gurudev, I have broken my promise many times. Then I make a promise, but every time I break my promise it is not in my control at all. I try very hard to push all the bad thoughts out of my mind, but I can't do it even if I want to." Then the wise monk said to the disciple, "Come with me." The wise monk took the disciple to the garden of the ashram and said to the disciple, "Look, there are some drains here through which the water of the river is coming to these plants, and this water is flowing continuously. Can you stop the flow of this water?" The disciple said, "Yes, Gurudev, I can stop this flow." Then the disciple picked up the soil and put it on the edge of that drain. The water stopped for a while, and then after a while water came from the top of that sand. The wise monk said to the disciple, "What is this?" This water did not stop at all. Again he picked up some pebbles and threw them into the drain, and then the water stopped for a while, but then after a while water came out from the top of those pebble stones. A wise monk said, "Disciple, what happened? The water has come again." Then the disciple said to the wise monk, "Gurudev, you are right, I had lost my way." Then that disciple slept very peacefully that night. In the morning he did his work with a full heart, and then in the morning he went to take alms from the same way where the boy was still watching those girls hiding behind the tree. The disciple took her to the river where the girls were drawing water. He asked for water from those girls, and one of those girls gave him water and touched the feet of the disciple. The disciple blessed her, "May you be well," so that the mindset is filled with positive energy. A smile appeared on his face as if he had got back something lost. He started going back on his way. Just then the boy who was hiding behind the tree came from behind. He came to the disciple and said, "What is the matter today? You have seen from close quarters, you have gone ahead of me too." Then the disciple said, "We are always busy seeing others. Tell someone you like if she also likes you, then get married, and before that you become something. Identify yourself. Don't waste your time like this. Then that boy started meeting that disciple every day, and he inspired the boy not to go to the river, and then that boy started struggling to become something in his life. So you have seen what is the effect of a company. Change your thoughts. The Gautam Buddha asked the young man, did you get the answers to all your questions? Then the young man said, yes Mahatma, thank you. Then the Gautam Buddha told the young man that when dirty thoughts come into your mind, then do not consider yourself guilty. This is the body, and all this it has learned for thousands of years. It is not going to break just because of your thinking or taking an oath. But you have that power, that energy which you have to use in balance. You are a living energy that is free to experience anything. That's why you know yourself. We learn from this story how much our thoughts are important. Our thoughts only determine the direction of our future. We should adopt positive thoughts with full force in our minds, so that we can move forward in the right direction.